Hello from the world headquarters of Runaway Campers. The Hanging Herky crew has made a quick trip down to Runaway Campers because I'm here to tell you, I know you're going to find this surprising for me to say, but Runaway Campers is just not what it used to be. And I made a trip down here to talk to Justin and Steven about some things that were on my mind, so I'm going to share them with you today and just show you why I think that Runaway Campers is not what it used to be. So what I want to do is I want to go over here though and show you something, because we need some background so you know where I'm coming from on this. Hang on. You know, in the past when you came down here to Runaway here in Summerfield, they had all these campers out here on display at their showroom, and you could come in and walk through them and look around. And hey, I want to show you something. Today when you look around here, there is no campers out here in the showroom to look at. There used to be campers sitting out here and people could come in and take a look at them. And this is the sales office here. But one of the things that that I do like about the story is, here's the original Runaway camper that Steven Shives built many years ago. So quickly, you know, the story is that he had bought an old shuttle bus, and this is the window panels out of the side of it. He took it into a salvage yard to the dump, basically, to get rid of, and they wouldn't take the fiberglass. Not knowing what to do with it, he brought it home, made a camper out of it, and sold it, and that was the birth of Runaway Campers. So I think it's pretty cool. So he says here, every journey has a beginning. This is ours. So this is the first Runaway camper he built, and he still got it here on display for you to take a look at. If you're interested, you come down here and see Runaway Campers. Now, I just want to bring you up here and show you where this all began and started, so you can get a idea about how things were. So the actual Runaway camper that Nancy and I owned is a wood model. So it's made from birch, and they made a progression from birch to several different versions of composite Runaway campers. Now, you know I said that they don't have any on display, but look here. Here's in back, and this is the factory, and you can see that they've got quite a few campers up here, and then of course at their other location they've got some campers too. This is the finishing shop here. So yeah, Runaway still has a lot going on for it here. So if we take a look at, this is the composite model here. This is a Ventress, and this is what it looks like on the inside. And this particular one has an electrical unit in it, all set and ready to go. Now, I know that I said that Runaway's not what it used to be. I want to tell you that one of the things that Runaway still is it's a great place to meet people. It's become kind of a way of life. Some would call it just a cult maybe, but and we're members of that. If it was just about little boxes, you know, there's not much to get excited about. But I think the community around Runaway Camper has really grown into something that's is a selling point in itself. So if you buy a Runaway and you join this group, you know, they've got rallies all across the country. You got the big grand homecoming every year that's just really a lot of fun to attend. And I've met so many people that have, you know, made lifelong friends, including us. We've met a lot of lifelong friends in this group, and I think that there's some things that we have in common. So some of the things I think that Runaway people have in common is the fact that they like a simpler way of life. I'm sure that the group is a large group of people from all walks of life, right? No doubt there's people that, you know, are barely scraping by to buy the Runaway. No doubt there's probably people that are millionaires that I know for a fact. I've met people that are doctors and lawyers and plumbers and carpenters and airline pilots and everything. They all share a common thing, is they like simpler things in life. And I think that that's one of the things that Runaway has to offer when it comes to socializing and fellowship, is just meeting like-minded people. And so I would say that's not something that's changed in Runaway. When we think about what it used to be, that is still remains the same. The only difference is it's became a much bigger group, and it's spread out across the country. But it still has that feel when you go to the rallies and you meet people, and you realize that it's just more than the box. It's more of like a way of life, the way people think, just a lifestyle. So that has not changed, only it's just gotten bigger. Yeah, so what Runaway did, when they, my model is wood, and it's held up for 10 years. It's 10 years old, and it's probably got 100,000 miles on it. I mean, there's probably people out there that have put their Runaway through more paces, but I don't know if there's very many. We have really put some miles on that thing. Many people ask me how many miles I have on the Runaway. I have no idea, but I can tell you it's over 100,000 miles just based on looking back on some of the vehicles that we pulled it with. One of the things that, my Runaway was wood with aluminum clad, and then Runaway made a major shift back in the early 2000s. I think it was 2020, I believe. They went to a composite model to get away from the wood, so that you're not fighting rot and things like that. So they had some problems with rot in the beginning. Today they don't have that problem at all. One piece solid fiberglass roof. This is a composite model here, and the inside is composite, so there's no chance of it rotting. But as they progress, things, although this was great improvement and it's a great camper, they still had some issues. They had some issues with the floor feeling a little spongy and that type of thing. So that just brings me to the point of the video, and I want to walk up here and I want to show you something different. So sitting down here on the rally grounds, this is where we have our homecoming rally every year. They have 3 Runaway campers here, and you look at them and you really can't tell there's any difference, right? So one of the reasons why I say in the title of this video that Runaway is not what it used to be is because they've made a lot of changes along the way, and I wanted to come here and document the latest change and show you, since although we own a van now, we still have a Runaway, we still go to Runaway rallies. I wanted a lot of people on our channel still like Runaway, and we do too, of course. We still have ours. In fact, we have it with us right now. But a lot of people want to know about Runaway. So I want to come down here and show you why I said that Runaway is not what they used to be. Now, you probably think, oh, that's probably something negative. I think it's gotten better. From when we first brought ours 10 years ago, it had that wood model that we had to do a little repairs on and everything. Now, I've had mine 10 years, and we're very pleased with the way it's held up. But man, this is such an improvement. So when I say Runaway is not what it used to be, it's a good thing, because they are improving and moving up. Let's step back here and take a closer look. So here's a Rouser model, and one of the things I think that if you are familiar with these, the very first thing you're going to notice is the band across the middle is gone. There's no more band where they would actually put 2 pieces of material together. This is all one solid piece of composite. Extremely much more solid, because you don't have that band going through there. So before, they basically took the Range Runner and set it on top of a band, for want of a better word, that goes in. This, no band around the camper anymore. So this would be the biggest thing visibly from the outside. When you look at the Range Runner and the Cool Camp, it's hard to tell the difference. until you open the door and look inside. But when you look inside this, you can see that it's a completely new material. Now hold on just a minute, because in a while I'm going to take you in and show you the raw material sitting on a pallet. But this composite laminate is completely different than what they had used before. So it's still got fiberglass outside and fiberglass inside, but the texture is a little bit different on the inside. But wow, it is very, very solid, very smooth on the inside and the out. I think the biggest improvement here, let me show you this. So I think the biggest improvement is the floor in this, and the band obviously that's missing. But having a floor that's not soft under your feet. Now imagine if you, a pretty good sized boy, you might feel a little bit of give, but certainly, you know, my 200 pounds is not causing any give to the floor at all. And so I think what a big improvement that is, because I didn't like the soft floor before. So that is one thing that they made a change, and I really, really like this new material. Let's walk over here and look at the Range Runner. Likewise, the Range Runner looks very similar to the outside. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you is these channels that they got on here. Once upon a time, those were part of the structural integrity of the camper. Now they're aluminum trim pieces, and they are the same size on each side. So one used to be short and one used to be long. They are the same size, and they really provide no structural integrity because it's not needed with the new material. So I want to take a look here from the inside, from the back, inside. You can see dimension wise it's the same, but much better as far as the material itself. And I think there's just less flex in this new material. So pretty excited about the changes they made here. Of course, they're still making the Cool Camp. Same thing there, the one-piece roof. These channels are no longer structure, they're just trim pieces. And the inside looks the same, but very clean, very nice. I think it's a big improvement. Now, one of the things I want to do is they have a storage barn here that's got the material in there, and I've got permission from Justin to go in there and film that. So I want to show you what the new material looks like before it's been assembled into a camper, and I think that will give you some idea about why this has more structural integrity than the other campers before, and why I think it's a big improvement. Okay, so I'm inside the storage barn here, and you can see this was the old material that they had built the campers out of. So you can see there's like a honeycomb structure inside there, which I mean was really nice, but since this new technology, this is, I think, obsolete. You can see how it had the honeycombs in there, which, you know, when you use that in the floor, it caused a little bit of flex, and there was some flex on the sides. And quite honestly, they just couldn't get it in the size panels that they need to have it in without having that belly band. So I want to show you what this new stuff looks like and how it's a little bit different. So it's pretty cool. This also has a high recycled content in it, and it makes things really strong over the honeycomb. I think they got something here. Let me show you this. So here's these panels. So here's the panels they have. So you can see there's a laminate, a filler in between, and a laminate on the outside. I think maybe I'll walk over here with one cut, and you can see, but you can see these are 6x8 panels, so they don't need to have splices or anything like that. These can just be bought in the sizes they need and CNC'd out to fit the doors, and it works out great. Let's take a look at this piece here. So as I was pointing out to you before, the corners have a piece of aluminum here, but it's not structured, because you can see they've already got this dovetailed out where the pieces go together. So you put the adhesive in, and then it's all one piece once you put the adhesive on it, and then they route out the doors and the windows. But I want to tell you about this material here. Let's walk over here. So if you look closely at this material, this is not styrofoam, it's hard. And what this is recycled PET bottles, or pop bottles, like, and they take the PET and they compress it into these boards, and it's hard. It's almost like a wood type substance, although it's not going to be rotting or coming apart. And then you can see that they are able to mill it out and make a channel so the other piece fits down in there, and they just put the adhesive on there. Works out really nice. So Justin was telling me that you know, they can make any type of panel that they need to with this. So we actually had a little discussion about the wave, and so when they build the wave, they're going to be able to build that without any seams in it. So that's something they're definitely looking into doing. Now, the first question everybody's got for me probably is there any difference in weight? And I got to tell you that had a long discussion with Justin about this. And as far as weight goes, there's not going to be much difference. It's going to be minuscule. So to say that there's going to be some weight improvement in this is not. It's not going to be lighter. Really, at one point, I mean, how much lighter can you get, because you got a metal frame there? So I can see everybody commenting right now. They're going to ask me what the weight is and everything. I don't know. He said it's not going to be any different in weight. So that's why I am really excited about some things going on here at Runaway. And the fact that I say Runaway is not what it used to be is a good thing, because they have gotten feedback from people, and they've decided to up their game a little bit, and they've come up with this new composite, and I think it's really good, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So if you order a new Runaway camper, you're going to be moving into this new material, and I think it's something you're going to really enjoy. Hey, thanks for tuning in there. I know it was a little bit of a clickbait, but Runaway is not what they used to be. They're improving, and they're making some headway, and I'm happy for them. And a lot of people thought, oh, you know, Ed bought this van, he built this van, and we're never going to see him at Runaway again. Look here, I'm towing the Runaway right now because got to have room for the grandkids to sleep, and so we're just towing a spare bedroom around. My daughter and her husband are actually going to be using it, and so yeah, we're still at it. So every once in a while I'm going to sneak a Runaway video in on you. Hey, I appreciate everybody that watches our videos every week, that tunes in, says hi. Would you do me a favor and drop a comment in there and let me know what you think? Now, if you got a question about Runaway, I don't sell Runaway campers. I am not making a dime off these videos, nor do I want to. Steve and Justin are good friends of mine, and I want to make sure that I can, you know, represent their product for them. They've done plenty for us. Those of us that are in Runaway love this lifestyle, and we love what we're doing and seeing each other. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Give me a like, and we will see you next time as we continue traveling and doing some fun stuff together. Bye now.